Deku is a character that wants to become a hero, despite him having no quirk, aka superpowers. In a world where I believe 80% of the population now has a quirk, Midoriya was often ridiculed and bullied at school for not having a quirk but still wanting to become a hero. And at some point, he almost gives up becoming a hero, but he has a fateful encounter with the #1 hero, Allmight. And after an encounter with a villain, Deku throws himself in danger to save one of the kids who was bullying him from school. And Allmight tells Deku that all pros have one thing in common, that their legs started to move before they could think. For the first time in Deku's life, he was told, you can become a hero. And he inherits the powers of Allmight. That is the story of how a quirkless kid became the greatest hero in the world. But the reason that My Hero is one of the greatest stories for motivation I've seen in an anime, the hard work doesn't stop there. In fact, it only begins. He has to go through 10 months of rigorous training to be able to even just use a fraction of the power without destroying his body in the process. And he has to learn to control it. Rewatching some of My Hero, I can see that it isn't just All Might's super OP quirk that Deku inherited that makes him the best hero. It's his mindset. And I believe that we should all adopt some things from the greatest hero's mindset. I mean, other than the crying, of course. To be the greatest, you have to work harder than everybody else. Deku often says this throughout the show, especially a lot in the first season, because he really does. And what I take from this is your dreams, yes, they can become reality, but they will never be handed to you. You have to work for it and struggle for it every single day. They have this phrase in My Hero Academia, which is go beyond plus ultra. And Deku is pretty much the embodiment of that phrase. He's always working harder than everybody else, and it does pay off. You have to become somebody who is worth calling a hero. Ever since Deku has started his high school, Deku has started to become a source of inspiration for all the other students in the class and even in some other classes, because they recognize his extreme dedication to justice, and he really sets the standard in the class for what it means to be a hero. You need to be the one who sets the bar. You will not only achieve greatness for yourself, but you will also inspire others. The greatest heroes also check their ego. Bakugo is a perfect example of this because he's very prideful, he's very ego-filled, and yes, he is very strong. But even then, Bakugo in the first season had a very big reality check when he faced against Deku and saw Todoroki's powers, because he realized that he wasn't the only strong one there. Even he checked his ego to improve because he realized that he wasn't the only strong one in UA. He did the right thing, which is motivated himself to achieve even beyond the strong students. It's only bad when your ego allows you to settle for less than what you really want. It's bad when your ego deludes you from reality, making you believe that you're something you're really not. Another thing that the greatest hero embodies is success is a product of discipline. It's a product of consistent investment with time. It's always continuing to improve and understanding that success is just a reflection of who you are as a person, essentially. That's why step 0 in achieving success in anything is your mindset and your beliefs and your mental health, because discipline and repeated action and habit is something that is formed within the brain, and you have to convince yourself every day that it's worth getting up at 6 a.m. for. It's worth not going on the hub. It's consistent work and investment over time. The final reward for victory is that you get to continue to fight. You get to continue to struggle, to improve, to experience, strive for greatness. And I'm sure that every pro hero in My Hero Academia knows that the fight never really ends. There's always something that they need to be striving for, and they even have to go beyond their limits. It's not about how many enemies you face and defeat. It's about how many people you save, how many people are you helping. That is the reward for victory, is that you get to continue to fight on. That's why One for All is its ability to pass its quirk on to others. The quirk gets stronger each time it's passed down to another person because it contains the physical abilities of the previous users. And that's why the greatest thing that All Might ever says to Deku is that you too can become a hero. And now I'm saying it to you. To those who try, believe in me who believes in you. Nori, signing